Welcome back to the Crypto Project. We're so glad you're here. If you're seeking financial freedom and well-being for you and yours, you have come to the right place. Seriously, today we're taking a look at this crazy Shiba Inu coin. It's just taking off. We're going to look at the charts. We're going to look at the news. We're going to look at the weekly picks. Unfortunately,
let's go.
Absolutely crushed me this week, but we'll look at all of that. Before we get started, we just really want to invite you guys to come along with us in this journey. We really feel like it's a journey into freedom. The genesis of this channel was simply just to equip you and give you the tools to succeed for your sake, but also for those around you. If this is you for real, hit the subscribe, notifications, and like buttons. Also give us a follow on Twitter and Facebook. We've got some amazing giveaways coming up, and we're going to begin to release those on Twitter and Facebook. So that's a good place for you to check in.
Yeah, make sure you guys get involved.
Go ahead.
I mean, green. Like we said, October, full swing. Let's go. Huge bubbles here. You love to see it. One thing I did notice this week, after like the Bitcoin all-time high, it feels like a lot of like the layer ones and the protocols are the ones that are pumping really hard. Like ETH pumped really hard, Fenom, AVAX, Sol. I mean, obviously there's just green everywhere, but that was one thing I found interesting. It felt like it was more like the parent coin, if you will, versus the ecosystem coins.
Yep. What was interesting though, even Link kind of started to show itself. I think last week you and I were talking, and just like we both have a bag of Link, and we're like, why are we holding this? It doesn't ever move.
You know what didn't move though? Cardano.
Did it? No.
It did not move. No.
I don't see not. ADA anywhere here. Yeah, oh, there it is. Minus 1%. Are you hanging on Cardano already?
I'll stop.
Just a little. Well, let's jump into market cap. Again, total market cap for this total crypto market down just a smidge from, I think all-time high is right around 2.66, 2.67. We're looking at 2.55. Again, just a slight adjustment. And as we look at total market cap excluding BTC, what we see is that most of that is BTC. BTC kind of corrected. The bears are pushing back.
I think some people are taking profits too.
Actually, that's probably brilliant.
Yeah, we just had a big run up. A lot of people were very bullish that the bull market was not over. And so I'm sure a lot of people placed some heavy buys at 30K Bitcoin, 2K ETH, those types of things, and are pulling a little bit out of their 2Xs.
Yeah, that makes sense. Total market cap, market dominance. Again, Bitcoin, obviously, with its correction, down a couple points. ETH holding steady, yay, taking ground. I think we're going to see amazing things out of Ethereum in the coming weeks, months. I've been hanging on to a bag of ETH since $1 or $189, and I am excited to see this go to 10, yay, 12, yay, 15K would be really happy place for me.
Yeah, but I mean, are you married to your bags? Are you going to be able to sell those little precious ETH? Or
I
think about the next bull run, Leonard.
It absolutely is, and actually, I'm getting out of just about everything I own in the next few months. I think we'll see how things go, but no, I do have a love affair with them because I've been holding them for a while, and you kind of nurture them, but no, I don't have any love, and I will have no trouble giving them to somebody else for a period of time. So I'd pick them back up at, hopefully, it'd be great to come back around at $1.89.
I don't think that's ever happening again, but
no, probably not.
We can hope. In other news, Plan B he's been tweeting a lot. We just wanted to loop in, he shared this image here. And so we, in a previous video, we'll link that up this when it gets uploaded, but he kind of predicted a $63,000 closing price for Bitcoin for the month of October. So obviously we've already kind of gone past that. And we're currently under it right now, but he shared this chart that just basically illustrates that when Bitcoin breaks an all-time high, which are kind of the beginning of the red dots, if you will, when in the lines, we typically see a few months of that run up. Bitcoin has historically, goes back to 2013, not broken an all-time high in a month and not continued to climb higher for at least a few months.
Yep. Yeah, we can see kind of the similarities in charts going back to 2013, kind of the double top. Assuming that this continues to run up, we will see, and this from here to here was straight up from couple $100 to over 1,000. I think 1,200 is where it ended up. Again, here near parabolic. But this, if we're running into anything like this up here, we're looking up here somewhere. Just north.
It will be unreal. I don't think with our current, how much money is poured into the space, I would be very surprised if we see something quite that drastic. I feel like it'll still be like this strong uptrend, kind of more like the 17, 18, where there's that one little hitch kind of right in the middle. I feel like maybe kind of continuing that trend line, just with how much money's in the space, it would need a lot to really.
Although I saw this, I'm trying to remember where it was. I tried to find it before the show, but Michael Saylor put out something where he was talking, there was something like 219 financial advisors that were advising people on approximately, and I don't remember the exact number, but I think it was like $100+ trillion. So given that there's this $100 trillion bag, and I don't know that that's the right number, but it seemed high to me. But if that's true, there's $100 trillion that could start leaking into the crypto space through EFTs and some of these other doors that are opening. We could see something like this if that's
fingers crossed. I won't complain if it happens. I think
no.
a lot of people have a lot of that money locked up in 401ks, whatever it might be. I didn't see the article, but really, we just wanted to share this with you guys. I think this reinforces a narrative that you're probably seeing quite a bit if you guys are in the space, and the fact that we have time. Bull run's not over. We still have a few more months. So if Bitcoin kind of repeats what it's historically done, it kind of reinforces that narrative.
Absolutely. And here's just a quick glance at the chart. We're not going to really go into any technical analysis. That's not really our primary forte, but you can see this run up starting 12 o'clock on the 21st, shooting straight up. I mean, I think we can take a look at really what this is. We're looking at 39, 37.5% in a day and a half, maybe.
Yeah, and I mean, this is like a project with some serious market cap behind it too. This wasn't like a 100 million market cap project going to 140.
No, this is crazy, absolutely crazy. And why did it happen?
Well, this is what a lot of people think. A lot of people think it's based on these rumors that Shiba Inu is going to be kind of put on the Robinhood crypto platform. There's been a lot of rumors going around in terms of when is it coming, that kind of thing. I believe there is a petition already that's I think it already has like 300,000 signatures. And so this would be big. Robinhood has got a very retail base, if you will. And so I think they announced that like Doge made up like 60% of their crypto revenue in Q2 of this year. And so not only is it retail revenue, it's retail. Like we're talking meme coins, we're talking whatever's getting hype. This isn't like ETH and Polkadot are what people are investing in there. So if this happens, you could see a strong correlation that it's going to bring a lot of new dollars to Shiba potentially.
Yeah, and I think maybe you can correct me if I'm wrong, but I think Robinhood only has maybe 7 coins that you can invest in. So the scope is pretty limited. And given kind of the buzz around Dogecoin, and you look at some of those other coins, Doge is really the one that is pulling everyone's hope. Hopium is prevalent in the Robinhood space, and everyone's like, well, I saw this Reddit video and somebody had read this thread in Reddit and somebody had crushed it with the Shiba. I want some of that.
Yeah, and I don't think it's I would imagine it's probably likely that Doge had the most like media coverage, if you will.
Yeah, for sure.
In the last run up, and so people are going to associate like, oh my God, Doge went from fractions of a penny all the way up to 70 cents, and people made millions on this, and so they're already kind of going to be conditioned to associate that same thing. I would be careful with this and the Robinhood thing. I mean, Doge was on Robinhood since like 2018, so it's not like Doge got put on Robinhood and it all of a sudden exploded. It had been available through Robinhood for a while, and it never really took off. And so it's obviously going to only be good for Shiba if it gets put on Robinhood, but I wouldn't expect it to be
a forever win. Yeah, and I guess this speaks to a bigger reality, and we talked about it last week. We did a video on Floki Inu, another Inu coin. Really, what is going to ride in this next couple months? It's not utility, most likely. It's not that they have the best technology, the best team, the best. Really, it's going to be the coins that kind of get noticed. Some of that's luck, some of that's for whatever reason, or just a really good marketing team, and that's why we kind of put ourselves behind Floki. But it's the recognizable coins that are really gonna shoot up, I think, in this next couple months. It's long term, you're way better off investing in a great project that's gonna do its due diligence, that's going to continually and steadily grow and be part of the innovation of the space. But we're talking about financial freedom and making money in the next couple months. I think coins like this are going to be a part of that. But at the same time, you got to know when to get out. What are your goals in a coin like this? Do you want to double your money, triple your money? If you start dollar cost averaging your way out of it, I think you can get your initial investment out and then let the bank's money run and still be very, very happy.
Yeah, and so speaking of where do we think like Shiba Inu is going to go, when's a good time to get out? We talked a little bit about price predictions for this. So it's already run once, really, and Doge did a similar thing. Did one big pump. It ran all the way up to like 32 billion in market cap, about where it is now, actually. And then it ran up again after a little bit of consolidation, all the way up to like an all-time high of 88.8 billion. And so for price predictions, we did just take like the current market cap of Shiba Inu and just said, hey, if it hit the current market cap of Doge, what is that? That's a 70% gain. So 0.7x, a price of a bunch of zeros and then 6469. And if it got to that same market cap of Doge's all-time high, we're looking at like a 3.7x, 370%. And so personally, I think when Doge, it ran up to 32 and then it ran up to 88 after some consolidation. That was like a 2.75x. I think like a 2 to 3x, if we are in this bull run cycle, is plausible. I will say I definitely think you're going to be able to make money on Shiba. I think it's going to be coming down from probably where it is right now. I think you're going to probably be able to find maybe a better buy than right now, but I think like a 2 to 3x is probably what I would think to be a pretty aggressive target. I think it's already been gotten a lot of traction.
It's done a lot of its work, but again, I mean, we don't know what's coming into the market. If literally trillions of dollars come in, the total crypto market cap goes to 3 to 5 to 7, 9, 10 trillion. I mean, a lot of things are possible once those kind of numbers start coming in. I don't think we have any idea what the fullness of those numbers are yet, but it's exciting. And I think what you're saying is 2 to 3x. Really start looking at getting your way out. If you get that high, you've gotten what you should out of this, and start playing with the bank's money, not yours anymore.
Yeah, and I mean, I would be taking profit on the way up to 2 to 3x. To be very clear, there's other meme coins out there. Our boys, the Vikings over at Floki. Hopefully, they can steal some of that money and take away from some Shiba gains. But
yeah, here's an interesting article, and we've all. I mean, I just received from this week, a couple of people sent me articles saying regulation is coming from DC. It's going to end everything. And I mean, some of this goes back to 2019 when Facebook came out with their stablecoin Diem, and really the regulators just started jumping on them. I think a couple things. One, for sure, we need regulation in this market. It's only going to give strength and resilience and really confidence in the market for some of this. If it really is $100 trillion, I really need to look at that number. But if it really is $100 trillion coming, potentially, obviously it's not going to come, but say 10% came in, $10 trillion came in. That's massive, and we do need some regulation. Part of what was, and this is a guy from CoinDesk's, he went in, Nick Heelish Day went in and kind of talked through some of these, easy for me to say, went into some of these lawmakers and just started having conversations, essentially, really as a lobbyist. And really what he found is that the lobbyists that the crypto industry is starting to push towards Washington, D.C., has no idea how to interact because they've never done it before. And so they're used to kind of the Twitter, Reddit communities, and they run into these policy makers, and instead of kind of like, greasing the wheel or honey, they just go, this is what we need, and the policymakers are like, absolutely not, and so they start tweeting and smashing them. Obviously, we need some ambassadors in this space to begin to walk and talk with Washington, D.C. and what does regulation look for this industry, and this, I mean, Janet Yellen has put some of this out, that there's a huge amount of attention focused on the use of crypto in criminal activities such as ransomware payments. Everyone's afraid that crypto is exclusively used, and we've touched on this before, as this big criminal world that I just don't think is real. We can point to the US dollar, how much drugs, how much trafficking has been done using $100 bills. There's drug lords with walls stacked with them even as we speak. In Colombia, for sure, there's hundreds of millions buried in the ground.
Yeah, and I agree with you that we need an ambassador. I honestly hope that ambassador is actually a politician. I'm hoping some younger, more savvy politicians that see the future, that see crypto's coming, and are going to get on board and realize that the way forward is to kind of just yoke up and do it together, and have someone from the inside drive kind of that conversation and push. I think that would be awesome. I know there are like pro crypto politicians out there. Hopefully we can have.
But what about like a Jack Dorsey? I mean, why not a guy like him? He's been to Washington. He's been grilled by Washington, so he's not unfamiliar with kind of their ways. But he he's very much probably the antithesis of what's
Right.
going on in Washington.
Yeah.
So,
And I mean, I've said this a few times. I think it's going to be the amount of money that's in crypto is you can't not address it. You can't recognize it. It's the elephant in the room. And so I don't think they're going to do something that would like really prohibit that. I think they're just trying to figure out how do we monetize this the best for taxes and the government and them. So how do we keep the little guy the little guy?
Absolutely.
Reddit announced, or they didn't announce, there's like a leak. They posted a job posting for a senior engineer. And in that job posting was someone that's like a rapidly growing team that's going to be aiming to build the largest creator economy on the internet, powered by an independent creators, digital goods, and NFT marketplace. So just through the job posting kind of leaked that Reddit's working on this NFT marketplace. This kind of comes on the heels of Coinbase and FTX announcing their own NFT marketplace. This is coming, whether you like it or not. It'll be really interesting because I mean, Reddit has like a cult following. There's people who their social communities and social media exist almost purely in the form of Reddit and these subreddits. The cryptocurrency subreddit, I think, has like 3.6 million users in it alone, 430 million monthly visitors on Reddit alone. So this would be huge to onboard a huge population, or at least give them exposure.
And is the NFT platform, is that kind of like a marketplace, or are they going to be producing their own NFTs, or a little both? Do you have any idea what it's going to look like?
It's just literally the job posting. That's all that's kind of been leaked. My guess is typically how Reddit works. I mean, they could do some stuff where it's like little avatars. Could be NFTs, and like Reddit could get on that themselves. My guess is it'll be more subreddit based. That's typically how things are handled today. There's like general broad guidelines for Reddit, and then each subreddit has kind of their own set that they follow and enforce. Like cryptocurrency has like the Moon token. That's really cool and interesting that they've kind of set up. It gives governance on that based on how many moons you own and stuff like that. So my guess is it's going to be more of a broader structure that all these different niches and communities can take advantage of.
Yeah. Okay. Love it. Just a quick story on Walmart rolling out first installation of Bitcoin ATMs. And I haven't seen a whole lot of these around, but apparently they've been out there for about 7 years, the Bitcoin ATMs.
Walmart. Is this in the US?
Yeah, in the US. At least that's what this article says. Right here down at the bottom, it says there are now almost 50,000 terminals in the US and 130 in Hong Kong as of the end of August. So there's a boatload of them, but they've been around for, it says in here, 7 years. So right now, Walmart's rolling out 200 locations with the long-term goal of rolling out 8,000 ATMs across the country. They're using the cash machine, Coinster, when you were in college and you'd collect all your change and say, I want to go out and play with my friends and I don't have any money, but I know there's money in the couch. And so it's kind of the savings account of college students. And you'd go dump it in the Coinstar and all kinds of crazy things you'd find in there, and they'd spit them out at you, and they take whatever, their 10%, and you get the rest of the money. But CoinMe as well is part of this, which must have something to do with creating wallets for people so that they can put cash in and walk away with some kind of a Bitcoin wallet of some sort. So very interesting. Again, just onboarding more people. Obviously, Walmart is beginning to make moves. They haven't made any. I mean, what was it? Litecoin was supposedly making a deal with Walmart, and Litecoin mooned, and somebody dumped and made a whole bunch of money, and the rest of us just watched.
Yeah, I feel like that was almost. Did it come out that was just a rumor? That wasn't even true.
Yeah, it was all fake.
Yeah.
Well,
genius.
Yeah. And it was like the weird circumstances. Like the guy who was supposed to be running the Twitter for, I think it was Walmart, saw it, and it's like, oh, I should have known this, and so he put it out, and somebody else for Litecoin did the same thing, and it was like a casualty of coincidence, and somebody made a lot of money off that.
Yeah. Well, let me check. What is my biggest bag? Just in, Chainlink and Amazon are having a partnership, and it's breaking here on the crypto project. You know, like everyone go buy quick.
Isn't it Floki and?
Oh yeah, Floki. Sorry, couldn't remember my stablecoin Chainlink.
Nice. Jack Dorsey says Square may build a Bitcoin mining system. Again, Jack Dorsey, he just loves Bitcoin. He loves freedom. He loves not being tied, or at least most of his money being tied to a government fiat. He wants kind of that free space of what Bitcoin can provide. And so what he's saying is that he thinks that Bitcoin mining should be plug and play. That right now it's so complicated, most people can't get into it. He's actually gotten into Bitcoin mining himself to kind of wade his way through it. And he says it's super expensive and super complicated. And he believes that you should be able to plug in and start playing. I heard a conversation between Jack Dorsey and Elon Musk, and Elon Musk was talking about a heater. Like if there's a heater that would, while it's producing heat, would also use some kind of an internal mining system to mine Bitcoin. So essentially your heat would be free. Because I mean, we know that these mining rigs use a lot of heat. And, so again, I think just another onboard, another interesting story. Jack Dorsey is super dedicated to this space. It's going to be interesting in the coming years to see what Twitter, what Square, and probably new projects that Jack Dorsey gets involved with kind of start to look like.
Yeah, I love listening to innovators like Jack Dorsey or Elon talk. They just have so much vision, and they think so far out of the box. Like to me, I hear this and it's like, yep, that'll never happen. I do have concerns. There's a lot of hardware that goes into mining that you need to make it basically cost effective. You need to be able to mine a certain efficiency in order to offset your energy cost. I've never mined Bitcoin, so take this with a major grain of salt. But so it'd be really interesting. There's also a huge parts shortage for like graphics cards going on right now. So this would, I have to imagine, be a much longer long-term play. And if that's the case, it makes me feel like I wonder if it's not Bitcoin they mine, if it's something else that they partner with that would be more profitable to mine versus the competition that Bitcoin already has.
Yeah, who knows? But again, he's an innovator. He's thinking outside the box. We'll see what happens. And thinking of the same kind of Miami Mayor Francis Suarez is pushing ahead to make Miami the crypto capital of the world. Just two goals he has. One, he wants Miami residents to be able to pay fees and maybe also taxes in Bitcoin. And secondly, he wants to be able to pay city workers in crypto. And so he's got to go through Tallahassee, the capital of Florida, and he's got a lot of hurdles to get over. But I love his tenacity. I love that he just comes out and says, I mean, we covered Francis Suarez before, and I mean he says something like the next president needs to be crypto friendly or we don't need to hire him. Like he's just all in. I love it.
Let's go. I mean, I feel like Miami is already kind of the crypto capital of the world. The crypto community has so many things. Like I just feel like the clubs and just the atmosphere. Yeah, let's go. But this is cool. Hopefully he pulls it off. I think as many bridges as we can form with normal life and crypto, it's only bullish for our bags as a whole.
Oh man, this is really, really fun. Now we have to do what is probably going to be a painful part of the show. I apologize in advance. I probably will weep a little bit. We should probably Who's here?
The champ is here. I will say this. This is what you get for picking the same project multiple weeks in a row. You had one great week. You absolutely destroyed me. But you know what? I'm gracious in my victory. I even updated your entry price to the lower price that we had a little bit of an argument in the last week's show. And so it could look a little bit worse. And I will say, I believe Spell is already kind of on a tear right now. And so maybe this number should be a little bit higher, more like a 25% gain for the 2-time over here. But what do you have to say for yourself? You're on a slide a little bit here.
Well, you do what you can. I actually believe that Floki, kind of their marketing started October 1st, and I've recently discovered just within the last day that they didn't start till the middle of the month. So really, I had bad information. I would have picked another project and crushed you otherwise. But you know what? You live and you learn.
Yeah.
I still absolutely believe in Floki, at least as far as this bull run. As long term, I think that's yet to be seen. But as far as just pure making money, and I mean, I have some pet projects that I love, and I love to hold them and love them and take care of them. And
Well, it sounds like ETH was one, so it sounds like you have good taste in pet projects. So
yeah, I mean,
you've convinced me. I will say I got in their Discord and I've started to get a little bit more involved. They are pumping out a ton of like sneak peeks and some of the art they're working on for Valhalla, the NFT metaverse, in their game.
That's kind of cool.
It looks great.
Yeah. They hired some good guys.
Yeah, if they can execute on that but do it quickly, it could moon Floki. If they could do it during the bull run, it'd be incredible.
But right now, the past week,
yeah, I know I promised you guys last week a video on Spell. It is coming tomorrow. I've been trying to pull together all the relevant materials and get educated on it, and I want to make sure I did the video right by you guys. So stay tuned for that one tomorrow. It's this little banner saying smash the like button, especially to celebrate my second victory. It's 2-2 now. I will say you're probably ahead overall due to my absolute bottoming of Orca, but that it is what it is.
But Orca has actually come back in the last couple of weeks.
It has, and I have been staking my Orca. I have not taken it out since I did that Orca video a few weeks ago, and so I've made money overall. Yeah. Even taking the losses, I am doing a-okay. So it's been a good experience for me.
That's awesome. So I guess we need to go to pick of the week.
Yep, I will kick us off. The defending champ goes first.
Should go first. I guess that makes sense.
I'm a little conflicted. I'm trying to read where the market's going. So obviously we had the Bitcoin run, then ETH did really well. I chose Spell as kind of my pet project, but the layer ones did really well. I'm going to go with Polkadot. With the parachain auctions that are coming up here in like 3 weeks, I think I might be a week early for Polkadot. I think it's either this week or next week where it's really I think it's going to go on a big run. I'm going to go with this week and take Polkadot this week, hoping that it's a layer one that didn't kind of run recently, and hopefully it will, and kind of prep of people buying DOT to do the staking. So
nice. I'm actually going to do something unconventional for me. I'm not going to take Floki. Although I think with all its losses, it actually is probably a really good time to take Floki.
I agree. I almost did it just to spite you.
You probably should have. I'm going to go with Phantom this week, though. I've held Phantom for a long time, and I really, really like the project. And I just looked at charts of maybe 3 or 4 maybes, and really Phantom is on a tear. They really are. And I think we've only begun to see where they're headed. So I'm going to go with Phantom for the week and kind of see what happens. Roll the dice. Although I don't feel like it's absolutely rolling the dice. I think it's, for me at least, the safest pick I've had since we begun this. madness.
Yeah, I thought I was a degenerate, and you have just taken it to a whole new level. So I love it personally. I'm here for it. Phantom $2.78 and Polkadot 43.25. So lock it in. We have done a total 180 when I don't have to state like 42 digits after our period, 0 point, and go on and on. So hopefully we both have a good week, and may the best project win.
Yeah. And I'm super excited for people that hold any projects that are going up. I mean, I think we all are in this space to make money. We're all in this space to really be part of a community that's stepping outside of the fiat world that's being destroyed by inflation, especially if you live in the United States, and really looking ahead, looking into innovation, looking into where this whole thing's going. What do you for the week coming? What kind of music coming out?
You cut out a little bit for me. How about you repeat that one?
What do you see coming out as far as from us the coming week as far as videos?
Yeah, we're going to have 2 videos coming on. So the first one will be on Abracadabra Money and kind of just more of a project overview. That video will come tomorrow. We'll probably do like a coffee and crypto or something, maybe a beer and crypto in the evening. So we'll do that one. And then later on in the week, we will do kind of a walkthrough tutorial on Abracadabra Money, kind of guide you guys step by step through the process. So those are definitely 2 videos you can expect this week. Anything you got planned on your end?
Well, I think since I picked Phantom, I'll do an overview of Phantom and kind of look at the project as a whole. I think again we should probably midweek touch base with 1,000 to 1,000,000 and kind of see where that's headed. Maybe just a 3 to 5 minute video and just kind of update things where they are, if it's worth it.
Yeah, I mean, I think another interesting part of this 1,000 to 1,000,000 that we want to let you guys in on is portfolio management through the ups and the downs. And so when we do this little update, we can share some of the things we're looking at. It's not just buy it, sit on it. It's, are there better opportunities out there? Is Floki still the right project? That kind of thing. So I think stay tuned, guys. Hit the like, hit the subscribe, get involved on the socials. Go buy some Shiba Inu. Become rich.
Actually, you should probably buy some Floki.
Yeah, he's so much cuter.
Isn't he? He's
and it's like a personalized Shiba Inu. It's got a name to it.
Yeah, he's cute. He actually is. Well, that's gonna be it. Again, thank you for making it to the end of the video. Don't forget to leave a comment below. And if you haven't yet, like and subscribe to the channel to be part of the growing community of the Freedom Tribe. Be blessed, and we will see you next time.
Have a great week, guys.